Hello there and welcome back. Well, of course, it's 6 o'clock in the evening, so that means only one thing. It's time to launch a brand new one-day special, but even more importantly, brand new supplier as well.
I know, isn't this amazing? Do you know, I honestly thought, when I was asked to bring this on, I thought, no, they're kidding. They've got to be kidding, because I have been following this company probably for about 12 months. And they are from India.
Okay,
how amazing is that, to be able to bring products that you've probably seen on social media. I know a lot of my followers follow Dress My Craft.
And I must admit, when I first saw the name, I thought, oh, soft craft, but it's not.
It isn't.
It's all about dressing up your crafts, your paper crafts.
Yes, so we've got stencils, we've got some flower shaping, we've got flower paper, we've got dies. And yeah, it's just... I've had a good few days playing with this.
Beautiful. It is beautiful. I mean, when you have a look at the dies and all the elements here, so what are you getting for your money? Well, you can see the details on your screen. You're getting your floral stencils. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, these are gorgeous. Look at that. And I love this. You've got like a left and a right with those.
Yes, so you've got they're kind of alternate, yeah.
Yeah. Flip and turn with those. Now, all the elements I'm going to be explaining to you are available individually. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, that stencil is available, £9.99. Have you looked at the saving on your screen? That is the equivalent of that stencil coming to you free of charge. Of course, you've got another stencil we'll look at in a few moments, but then we've got three sets of dies. You've got your little flowers this side, you've got your flowers in the middle, and then you've got some gorgeous swirls. Now, these in the middle, these look amazing. Beautiful big petals that you've got with these.
Really, really good. Now, just a little bit about Dress My Craft. They really have looked into and have developed some amazing products to create three-dimensional flowers.
Okay.
And their dies, they basically, there's no stamps with them, they are just the dies. You've got the leaves with them, you've got different size petals. So you can really build them up. And you know what I'm like with my three-dimensional flowers.
Love them,
I don't think, in actual fact, I maybe did a show last week which didn't have any three-dimensional flowers on, but I struggle.
Now these are beautiful, because you can see you've got little kind of buds if you're wanting buds. You've got larger open blooms if you're wanting those as well. You've got some gorgeous foliage featuring with these. And you've got some really quirky dies. Some of the elements from the one-day special, but some from other die sets, which we'll be sharing with you in a moment. One of my particular favourites, these ones that we've got where the stem of the flower actually features as a word. So I think this is the right one. Have I picked up the right one there? Yes, it is. So you can see here, if I tilt that to the side, you can see within the stem the word faith appearing.
These are really, really nice. In actual fact, isn't the one that I'm going to do for my first demo, but we'll come across the one that I'm going to do. But I am actually going to be using three, I think. No, one. I'm not sure now.
We'll find out.
I'm not sure.
It's keep you in suspense.
It's been a long day, but it might not actually be this one, so forget that.
I love the use of the stencil there as well. I mean, this is picked out on some of these papers that we've actually got within the show as well.
So this has kind of taken me back to a few years back when I used to actually do quite a bit of mixed media.
Okay.
You know, I was doing my canvases and I was having a really good play. Then I kind of went to a cleaner kind of crafting. So when they said I got stencils on this show, I thought, I'm going to struggle here, but you know, I haven't, because I'm still using my pattern papers, and then I've stenciled on top, and all I've used is my Tim Holtz Distress inks for that.
Very effective. It looks brilliant, and the detail that you're getting from those fabulous stencils, they're absolutely incredible. Down to those little tiny flowers that are featured. I've just knocked one of those dies though. Little tiny accents in here, they're all being picked out with that stencil.
Yeah, so I think I've actually used both of those. So the one day special, I've used kind of a bit of both in there, and then I've used one that's coming up in a minute, because we have got more on the show.
Lovely. And again, those little blooms, you can see the gorgeous blooms featured. That's nice, because that's featuring obviously the flowers in different ways. I'm guessing that depending on how you work those petals.
There's so many different ways. If you are new to crafting and you've seen lots of shows and you've seen that we make our own flowers, this would be a perfect start for you, because you've got those petals that you're looking at, even those little tiny ones there, I do believe are the same ones as that one.
Oh, right, just a different way of putting them.
So it's just a different way of putting them together.
Lovely. Now we are getting busy for those individuals as well.
That's
again,
actually
this is
one. Yeah, look at that. I put the 3 on. I'm not doing that for the first demo. But
okay. Oh, is this the one you're referring to?
That was the one I thought I was doing.
So you can see when we tilt that to the side, you can see your flower with faith, your flower with dream, and your flower with peace.
It's lovely.
Lots of those featuring on the website, so I know many of you are shopping that way. I'm going to bring these finished samples with us because, of course, they do feature on some of the other things that we're going to be sharing with us. So I think we will take those with us as well. But for the time being, if you're wanting your one day special, you've got £10 saving, bringing it down to £51.95. That £10 saving would normally be what you'd be paying for that stencil, or in fact that particular stencil, as you can see there. But you are getting 19 dies in total, so brilliant value for money. Definitely worth going for, but of course you might need a bit more convincing. That's why Nikki's here to show you some of those fabulous things you can create. But on the website you'll find those individual dies, those individual sentiments. There's loads and loads on there. We are looking at a brand new supplier, so needless to say they've got lots of fabulous crafty products for you to work with. The flower paper, we cannot wait to tell you about this because this is the most tremendous paper for you to use to get some incredible results. And no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you the hidden secret with that. Paper pads as well, those are beautiful. Like and look of those. Individual dies as well. So whatever your budget, you are going to be able to pick up something gorgeous from this particular brand. We're talking about Dress My Crafts. First time that we've seen them here at Hochanda, and you are loving them. And also some very arty stencils there as well. And all sorts of little kind of elements for making the best out of your flowers.
Love that one. I like
nice,
that face
abstract
on that.
lady.
Yeah.
Like that. Very mixed media.
Isn't it?
So that's the one day special.
Okay, so we're going to create this card. So we have got the papers on the show, but they're not part of the one day special.
Okay.
Okay. But when I say papers, they are actually more cardstock. I think,
okay, so these are hydrangea lawns.
240 GSM. Am I right?
Well, I'm impressed with the actual cover to start with. I mean, that's a classy looking cover. Look at that glossy print with that. You know you're buying something of quality when you see a cover like that.
So you've got 12 designs, 2 of each design. So you've got some little toppers in there. They've got a slight kind of sheen, sort of like a sheen to them.
Yeah, nice. Very elegant.
So they're single-sided, which I know a lot of you love.
Oh, look at these colours.
So what I've kind of done is been using that and cutting up different shapes, oval, circles.
And it's nice because we've got some wonderful stencils that have actually got that script style font on there. Oh, that's a nice one.
Isn't that lovely?
I like that one with the clock in the corner there. 2 repeats of each of those fabulous designs, and as you can see on the screen there, 240 GSM, so you know that you've got quality. But look at that sheen there on the screen. Hydrangea Lawns is the title of this particular pad. We have got another one which is called Dots and Stripes, which is one that Nikki is working with as well.
Have we not got the 6x6s on the show?
Oh, I don't know.
We don't?
Oh, I don't know, yeah. Oh, we might have to find out a little bit about those then.
Yeah.
Are those the ones that you're working with then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Because if they're the dots and stripes...
They're exactly the same design.
I think the dots and stripes... Oh, it's slightly different, slightly larger dot with these, by the look of it. Slightly larger scale.
Yes, they are, yeah.
So, yeah. We're going to have a little look to see if we can find those. But if you're wanting the larger print version, then the dots and stripes that Nikki's working with are featuring on this paper pad here, $18.99. Brilliant value for money. You're getting 24 sheets of 240 GSM, so you know you've got quality within there. 351280 if you're wanting those. But imagine these with slightly different kind of slant on them with those larger pages.
Yes. Maybe no one would have noticed, to be honest.
I don't know. Our eagle-eyed viewers, they would have.
Oh, they would. Right, so basically,
okay.
I'm going to kind of do the demo in stages, okay, because we have got some beautiful dies on the show. So I'm going to kind of put the main card together, but I'm going to, no, in actual fact, skip that. I'm going to change my mind.
Okay.
Now, I've cut this from the back of the paper pad, and this is in the larger one.
Okay.
So you've got some sentiments
yeah.
in there. Yeah, so you've got some sentiments. This one says, where flowers bloom, but bloom, boom, where flowers bloom, so does hope. There we go. So I basically used an oval and cut that out.
Nice.
And then I've cut another oval out, so I'm going to pop that to one side. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the dies, okay? So we have some different dies, and now, if I've actually got a set here, and then you can have a
A little image of those.
So that's what we're using.
Good news as well.
It's that one.
Good news as well. We have found those 6x6s. We're just making the
they
necessary
are on
arrangements.
there.
Well, they're not at the moment, but they will be when Robin tells me that they are. Because she's just adding them on. I can hear her tapping away on that keyboard. So we're getting those added to the show. So if you bear with us, I'll let you know when they are available. But of course, we've got the 12x12 versions at the moment. But then, of course, your foliage dies. The all-important elements for you to work with. This one here is your foliage and leaves at number 2. So you can see there, £10.99 will get you these. There's lots and lots of other dies for you to consider.
This is the one that I'm using as well, so we're using both of those.
Wonderful. So this particular one here is your foliage and leaves number 9. So there's quite a collection of these ones as you work your way through.
I like these because they're kind of lacy but not lacy.
Yes.
I'm not sure how I would describe them. Kind of.
They've got a contemporary look, but I think at the same time they could have a very romantic look if you put them in that scenario. Okay.
Right, so I'm going to cut those up, and then I need that one because I'm going to cut one of those, and then I need 2 of those other ones. So just pop that through. And they go through majority of your die cutting machines.
Okay.
They're pretty standard. In actual fact, I've been using my little Disney Frozen machine.
So some of those little tiny ones, yeah.
And as I say, this is from the paper pad, which is, I do believe, 200 and something GSM. So I'm just going to pop those 240 around.
I think that's the same with the 6x6, which will bring those details up for you in a second.
It's more of a cardstock, isn't it?
Right, we're just having a bit of a problem with those, but we will get them on. But in the meantime,
I thought they were on.
No, not
sure
at the moment. But they.
No.
Perhaps you've got a different list to the one that we've got here.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll get that sorted out. £18.99 though, if you do want to go for the larger version, of course you have got all the spots and the stripes, but just on a slightly different scale.
Colours as well.
351280, and you're quite right, they do work alongside those larger papers as well.
Yeah, so you've got your green, you've got purples in there, pinks, and as I say, they are more of a cardstock because they're like 240 GSM. So you can see how beautiful that comes out.
Beautiful. Very intricate, those
they
little
are, aren't
elements
they?
in the middle.
As I say, they're not lacy. I wouldn't call them lacy. I don't know. They're like, I'm trying to think of the skeleton.
They remind me of...
Is that skeleton leaves?
Oh, is it Harmony that has got the... Is it Harmony, the plant, that's got those little kind of... they're almost like vellum leaves.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's called Harmony. Right, we've got to the bottom of the mystery. The mystery of the 6x6s. The reason we've not got them on the show is because they're available individually as you check out. So when you come to check out your order, if you're shopping online, you'll see them pop up at the bottom of your screen. Good news is that if they are one of those little add-on items, then you don't actually pay any post and packing on those. So add all those goodies into your basket, go to checkout, and you will see that they will pop up as one of your suggestions. There you go, free delivery add-on. Pop them into your basket and away you go. They're not the only things, as you can see there.
Really,
it is indeed.
Like
so you can see there's lots of different things, just £6.99 for each of those pads, and of course you have got the hydrangea one there as well as the polka dots and stripes. And if you are giving us a call to place your order, then I'm sure our call operators will mention them to you, but if they don't, give them a nudge and say, hang about, I want those 6x6 papers as well. I'll get them into your baskets.
Right, so just one more of those leaves. I'm going to pop it through once more because it just hasn't quite gone down there. So as I say, this is kind of like a lacy die, so you will need to just pop it through to make sure.
There's a lot of cut points there, isn't there?
There is a lot, but look how beautiful that's cut. So to be honest, you could just flick that look.
Oh, look at that, beautiful. That's your 220 GSM. Sorry, 240 GSM.
240 GSM. That is a heavy cardstock.
It is, yeah. It's not often you see that in a 6x6.
So you can, I mean, to be honest, I don't really need this bit on there, so I don't know why I'm bothering. Do you sometimes do that? You find yourself doing something and you think, well, it's going to be covered anyway.
It's one of those little niggly things, isn't it? It's
so
like,
what I'm going to do is bring this back. So even though kind of the hydrangea paper is blue, I've had a lot of fun kind of using the stencils, adding colour on it. So all I'm going to do is to bring that purple in, because I'm using purple and I want purple flowers. I'm just inking down the edge. We'll do it like that because it'll probably be quicker. So it's really just bringing that purple in. You can see the beautiful design on here as well. Really pretty hydrangea there in the corner. And that lacy design there.
Is it showing that through, isn't it? Because we're adding that darker layer on the top there. You notice the little kind of dots there, but you notice them more so when you add the ink.
You actually, yeah. So even though this has got kind of a slight kind of, it is a coating, I would say. It's, to be honest, when you look at it, I'm not going to do the edge of this because I don't need to. Just do the edge of this one. It's, I would probably say it's like a pearlescent, slight pearlescent
like
on it. If you put that up against the light, look, can you see?
It's still got a little bit of a tooth to it, so that's why it's taking the ink, and the ink is kind of coating. But you can see that pearlescent sheen that's featuring there. The same pearlescent sheen that you saw on the 12 by 12s, but obviously on a smaller scale with your 6 by 6s. Just looking at some of these dies, these are fabulous dies.
They are lovely dies.
I love these ones, like gerberas. They're nice ones, aren't they?
I think that's probably one of my favourites at the minute.
I do like those.
I've used that quite a lot.
I'll bring the details up for you. There's loads and loads for you to check out. So if you're wanting that particular one, $24.99 will get you all of those. 13 dies in there. Again, you see all these different elements. You create a flower there. You can see a set of 10 dies. So if you're wanting those ones, details popping up. We'll show you these all in closer details. Just Nikki's just doing a bit of sticking down, so I just thought I'd show you those. The little foliage leaves, we showed those a moment ago. Number 9 and number 2 as well. You've got lots of those. Then you've got your 5 petal flowers. Of course, I think those are the ones featuring in the one-day special. I'm not too sure. I think they are, aren't they? So if you come for the one-day special, you'll have those on the way to you. Or if you want them by themselves, $10.99. In fact, that's almost like your £10 saving, isn't it, in your one-day special? But then it's almost like you're paying just 99p for them. Now, your curved flowers. Oh, I don't know if I've got those ones. Were those the ones I looked at a few moments ago? Oh, I don't know where they are. I haven't got those ones. I've got these ones though, the Faith and Dream. Oh yes, so that's the Faith and Dream. Nice.
There is another one of those, but I haven't got the packaging for it.
But again, they're all on there. So if you are wanting any of those dies, do check out on the website. But we will look at them all in a few moments.
Right.
How are you getting on with your matting and layering?
I'm just going to mat that where flowers bloom, so does hope. And then I'm taking that one. So I've added some foam tape. But what I want to do is I want to follow the edge with my foliage down there. So I'm going to follow it along there. That's where I've got that fancy edge from. Okay. So as I say, I've cut it out of the paper pad because it kind of brings all that in.
Lovely. Okay. Foliage number 9 we've got on the screen there. It's proven to be one of the popular ones this hour.
Did I cut 2 out? Where did it go? There's one.
That one?
No, there was 2 of these ones. Oh, it's there, look, it's upside down. So this one, it was upside down for a reason, because I'm putting it on upside down so it follows it through.
Clever.
Okay, so just pop that on there, just along that spine there, and then just take this tape off.
I found there's some paper. What's this paper, Nikki? It's got an unusual feel to it.
You found it. This is absolutely amazing flower shaping paper.
Okay.
This is, believe it or not, is it 120?
Yeah.
120 GSM, and it feels like silk.
It's beautiful. Got a lovely feel to it. So what do we die cut this?
Right, so you can die cut it in the usual way, and we'll be doing some of that very shortly.
Oh, okay.
So I've all kind of put my card together. But now that you've mentioned that, I think now would probably... Did you want me to, before I go into the next demo, because I'm going to do the demo in 2 halves.
Should we finish this one and kind of... Oh, we'll see.
Yeah, because I'm going to do the flowers.
Can we sneak it in? Because I'm intrigued.
Can we sneak it in?
Sorry, because I'm intrigued.
So if anyone says Nikki's demos are so long...
Because you've got things like this to work with.
So I've die cut them out. Now,
So these cut from this paper?
They cut from this paper.
Okay.
I cut out 2 layers, and to be perfectly honest, I think even you could get 3 layers out of it.
Oh, through a die?
With those dies.
Right, okay.
So I've already coloured some. Now, there is so many different ways and techniques that you can do with this, okay? So I'm just going to quickly colour it. Now, normally you would see me using water-based or chalk inks. So my Tim Holtz, they still will work on it. But if you want something a little bit more vibrant, I would go for a archival or something similar. However, I'm going to do the back. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this flower yet, to be honest, because if we've got time, we can just have a play with it. Because look how smooth, look how silky that is.
Now, lots of you trust in Nikki already with regards to this paper. She knows the flower paper, we know that. So £9.99, small investment for 20 sheets, 120 GSM. They are 12 by 12, 240515.
What I will say is, you see me using lots of different flower paper, lots of different flower tools. Everything has its place, okay? They all do something different.
Yeah, you get different results.
And you get, yes, exactly, completely different results. However, this one, I learned something, okay? So you usually see me, before I make my flowers, I give it a spritz.
Yes.
Okay. With this, you can actually submerge it in the water. Okay. And you would think 120 GSM, Nikki, you are balmy.
Well, yeah,
you would
that
probably
disintegrate.
Think, right, so I'm just going to grab some tissue paper. Okay. And then, so 3-4 seconds.
They've already started shaping.
Look. Okay, but look how now that colour is kind of, that's why you don't really need to spend too much time getting a nice finish with that colour. Oh, so you haven't got to worry about all that blending. So give that a little more. So this is just one technique that I'm showing you. There is lots of others throughout the 5 shows that we're going to be doing. Take that one. Okay. I love the way that it's just start curling straight away. I told you it was different. Well, all I'm concerned about now is usually when you get paper wet, it kind of affects the medium and your petals will start coming away. Now I'm just going to dab that to dry those off slightly. Yes, you're going to lose a little bit of that colour, but not too much, which is why I said if you go for an archival or something, it gives you, and I purposely went for fabric flowers now. But do you want to have a feel? Can I? Feel that. Oh gosh, it's like a velvet now. It does. But I'm gonna, as I say, I'm gonna transform it even more in a minute. But it's still got... I've been following the design team of Dress My Craft, as I say, for about 12 months. But that's still really sturdy. And I always wondered how on earth are they getting that flower to look like that. Okay. But it was obviously, it wasn't top secret at all. But I'm just down to the paper. It was down to the paper. Okay. So I've basically dried that off as much as we can, and basically the colour has actually been absorbed in with the paper. Yes. You can see it, you can feel it. Okay. So I'm going to take that, I'm just going to give that a bit of a wipe. So we clean that up. I think we're going to be doing lots of flower shaping. Oh, well, I'm intrigued. I'm fascinated. Okay. Lots of people are adding this to your basket. So I'm going to move those over. You're going to be creating some amazing flowers as well. I'm going to take my flower shaping tool. Okay. Right. So the flower shaping tools that I would hope to have had on the show aren't on the show. So I'm going back to my traditional ones. So some of you may have seen different type on social media, but these are just as good. Now I'm just wondering whether to make a rose or... Should we make a rose? I don't mind. Let's make a rose. Right, so to make my rose, I'm just going to, and this is my take on it, okay? I look on social media and I always find different ways and techniques, but then I kind of find what's easy for me. Now you would think after that being submerged in water, well, you wouldn't imagine that you'd be able to manipulate it so much. Oh, look at this. This looks like a layer of a fabric flower now. I'm just going to have a play with this now so you can see how durable that is. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Wow. It hasn't torn. It hasn't split. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm just going to do that a little bit more. Because I can see here from the way that you're indenting into the mat, you're not being gentle with that. No, really putting some, I mean, it's not hurting my hand or anything on my wrist. I'm just... But you can see you're not just tickling it, you're not So if you just look, just by doing that, so if I just hold that up, can you see? Look at that. Where it's got that... You've kind of got the little crinkles that you get on the petal. Yeah. Wow. How easy was that? So
that's beautiful. Oh my goodness.
I just put a hole through that.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is we've got some
these little
foam kind of...
They're like pom-pom balls on wire.
Yeah, you've got different size ones. So again, these are really good for helping you. There's, again, over the 5 shows, I am going to be showing lots of different... I didn't put my hole in that big enough. Lots of different ways of using these.
Now, the packs that we've got with regards to, I don't know if they're all coming together. I think they might be. We've got pointed. We've got pointed. We have got some that are more rounded. How many packs have we got? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be all of them then. So these are not displayed to the best, but you can get the idea of those. So you've got different shapes. I do like those shaped ones.
As I say, these are great to use with your paper. They are fantastic to use with your foam if you're into your foamarium. Flowers,
nice
these
idea.
are really good.
There's roughly 20 buds in each one of those packs there, so you're getting lots for your money there. £11.46, and if you do want to go for multiple packs, then you can do it. Oh dear, Nikki,
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, yes, I was trying to do it one-handed and keep my hands in, and I just picked that up.
You're okay?
Yes.
Oh bless you. Do you need a plaster or anything?
It was just a little one. It's fine. Right. So there I've got my little foam in there. Okay. And I'm just going to add some glue to each of those petals. So this is going to kind of foam around. Doesn't matter if you can see the tip of it, but I don't think you will. And that has created my bud.
That is
just
so
using
cute.
That. Look at that.
Really pretty.
That's one way you can use it.
Very effective. You're loving this paper. I'm glad I asked about it now. Oh, no.
I did say we'd got something exciting.
You did, but I didn't realise just how exciting. I mean, this is tremendous. If you've ever struggled making your flowers, then this is definitely the one for you, because they're just that little bit of water. I mean, they're not wet now, those petals, but they've obviously taken in the water into the fibres, which are helping you mould those little petals. And you can see there, Nikki's not being gentle with this. She's really manipulating those petals.
And I'm pulling that in. I'm thinking this is going to be a rose, so I'm just really... I mean, look at that. Look, I can... Honestly...
this is phenomenal.
But
I love this. Oh, lots of you taking advantage of it. Incidentally, with these, brand new, obviously a brand new supplier to us here at Hochanda. With regards to these papers, now that you've seen them and seen how fabulous they are, if you want to go for more than one bundle, then you can do. Rapidly approaching 20% of the stock has gone. We've only spent the last few minutes on these, and it's phenomenal. I'm going to move that little bud out of the way if I can, Nick. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Just so you can see what you're up to.
So I'm just working my way around. Look, I go around that top to get that domed, and then I'm just bringing that in.
Oh, we're getting busier and busier with this paper.
It is, obviously.
It's magical watching it happen.
And if you think this is good, you wait until I do the next one. I could have I was just going to say, I could have done every show, to be perfectly honest, just showing you those
But the original die is the die that came from the one-day special. So if you get this alongside your one-day special, then you're ready to make these flowers. All you need to do is add in those centres, which the styrofoams buds at the bottom of the screen.
Another one. I think I might just do it.
And of course, it's all on FlexiBuy. You can spread the cost then, can't you, if you go for everything together?
Because even if, so this one's a little bit wetter, okay, but look, still not tearing. It still is not tearing.
It's almost defiant, isn't it? It's like, I'm not going to break, I'm not going to crumble. But they do look like little fabric flowers now. And when you think, out of a 12 by 12 sheet, how many of these flowers that you're going to be able to get?
Yeah, and I like the fact as well, you can die cut 2 if not 3 layers.
Saves yourself some time. 30% of the stock has gone. Oh my goodness. So what I'm going
to do is put a hole through each one of these. Look at that, look. But look at the detail on there. And I haven't done a huge amount of flower shaping on there, using the same size tip.
And I think the thing that struck me was the detail of the shading, because I sometimes do struggle with the shading of inks and getting that kind of transition from one colour to the next. But by putting them into water, they naturally kind of seeped into each other.
Yeah, you actually saw it, didn't you?
It was just amazing watching it. Oh, you're busy for those buds as well. At the bottom of the screen, over half the stock has gone now. 117301, £11.46. Don't forget, you're getting 6 packs of 20 buds in each one of those. So lots of scope with regards to your creations. So and this is just using one.
Yeah, so basically I'm just going slightly up size. And now it's your decision now how much you want this open. So all I'm going to do is just pop a little bit of glue at the bottom. Okay, so I want some of them open, some of them move sort of like that, even if they fall apart slightly. So what I've done is I've got 2 of each size petal.
So is this forming the centre of the flower that's on your finished card?
Well, that was a different one, to be honest. It's the same. I used the same dye, but I kind of did that slightly different. But for this one, I thought, oh no, let's go. And then I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to add a bit of glue before I pop that on. And so I pop that the other way. Okay, might actually need another one.
Oh, look at that. I'm going to get so that's kind of going the opposite way, that petal.
So it's kind of opened. And then I'm going to take this one, again, taking my flower shaping tool.
And so this is on the back of the petal.
Yeah, so the good side has gone face down.
Approaching half the stock has gone of that to oriental, floral oriental. So gone from 20% of the stock to half the stock in about 5 minutes. My goodness.
And then again, pop a hole in with your pokey tool. Maybe need it just a little bit bigger. Facing up again. And then I'm going to just add a little bit of glue there.
Wonderful.
Again. And then kind of pop that so that those...
Oh, look at that, so pretty.
But
you're still manipulating without those petals coming off.
But look at that, look.
Oh my goodness.
But just feel it.
It's beautiful.
But you would not think that was 120 GSM.
No.
Now,
it looks
I'm going to show you something on the next one because I'm going to do a different flower.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, you might have to because the way it's flying out, we might not have a lot of choice with regard to it. The paper that is on the screen, over half the stock has gone. I have to tell you about those. I'll give you that back, Nikki.
Going as well?
These are limited in stock. Can't believe we're just literally just showing them to you. Now, we don't know if we're going to be able to get any more of these, but for the time being, they are limited in stock. £11.46, 117301. Obviously, we're going to try and get hold of more of these. In the meantime, why not check out some of those finished samples using your one-day special? Beautiful. So many different examples there now. I've got some news, and it's not good news. Not if you were planning on getting hold of these little styrofoam buds, because they have now sold out. We're going to have to make some phone calls at the end of this hour. Hopefully we'll have news for you at 8 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be able to bring some more back. But for the time being, if they're in your basket, check your basket out, because I know there's lots of people that think that they've missed out on them. So if they do fall back into stock, we will let those people know. 117301, keep a note of that item number. As I say, at 8 o'clock we might have good news with regards to those. We'll have to wait
crossed, fingers crossed, because I'm using them quite a bit over the next 2 days. But hey,
yeah, well,
I'm glad you've got them.
Well,
I know I've been waiting for these. I've been ordering them from over in India.
Oh wow!
Believe it or not.
Oh, you don't have to wait.
I don't have to anymore. I know.
I know. Wait, they're going to be. Look, no extended. It's not on your screen.
You may be wondering why. Can I mention Oakwood Archer?
Yeah, please do.
They are a distributor over here in the UK, and they have brought us Dress My Craft.
So the stock has already been bought.
So it's already over
That's the
here.
Confidence.
You don't have to pay for all that shipping and tax and everything, bringing it over from India anymore. And hopefully, this won't be the first show, or the last show, should I say, for Dress My Craft.
There's going to be lots more. Now, Dress My Craft's brand new suppliers to us here at Hochanda. Really pleased to be bringing them, showcasing them with a one-day special, and boy is it a fabulous deal. You're getting your 2 stencils there. They're £9.99 each. Everything's available individually. You've got your different die sets there. 3 different die sets giving you swirls, larger flowers, beautiful daisy-like flowers, and again you've got an incredible price with this one, spreading the cost over 2 payments. So for £25.98 being your initial payment, whether you're in the UK, if you're watching from Europe or America, as I know we often have people watch at this time of day, you can get your hands on these. You can't get your hands on those styrofoam buds at the moment, and you can get hold of that flower shaping paper, so it might be worth adding that in at the same time. But for the time being, the details on your screen being your one-day special, 991404. Now we're going to have a quick scoot along the counter. We're a little over halfway through the hour, so some of those elements we're going to tempt you with, because you can't always see on the website exactly what you are getting. So we're going to start off with foliage number 9. Now we touched on this one, we saw you using this one.
We did. So I've used this one. This was the one that I used down the edge of that die. What I like about these, they mix and match with others that we've got on the show, but sometimes you need something but you don't want like a full leaf because it's too heavy for the card.
Yes, yeah.
And it just looks too much. So these are absolutely fabulous for that.
Beautiful. You can see lots of intricate detail with regards to these. So there's lots and lots for you to consider with regards to these elements that we are showing you. We've got all sorts of different elements that are going to be perfect to work with your one-day special. And of course, Nikki was working with these a few moments ago. 050837 if you wanted those, just £9.99. Next one that we've got for you is Foliage Leaves number 5. And this is nice because this is kind of like a fuller leaf with it. I'm just having a look.
Yes, it is. So I've used
this one. I think
it's that one as well. Because there's actually 3 dies in this.
Right.
So you've got one leaf that goes to the left, one leaf that goes to the right, and then you've got a slightly different design, which I like.
Yes.
Because don't you find that when I put something on a card, if the leaf or something is facing the wrong way, it bugs me.
Well, it doesn't look right at all, does it?
No.
And I like that. And the idea is that you can kind of make it as tall as you want it to be.
Yes, so I kind of built it up there.
One day special again featuring here with those stencils and of course those really pretty flowers you can see there as well.
As I say, the flowers that we've got on the show, all of what we've got, to be honest, and especially the one day special, you can just layer it up with 2 or 3 petals, or you can just go to town and make a completely beautiful. And we've got some fantastic samples up here. I've had a lot of fun.
Now the details on your screen for your foliage and leaves number 5, £9.99 there, 430632. So if you're wanting to take advantage of those, then please do. It's not foliage, is it? We've got foliage on the screen. The foliage. It's foliage, isn't it?
It's foliage. Is that what it said?
It did on the screen. Somebody's got their digits or letters or whatever the wrong way around, but we'll sort that out. It happens.
Of course it does.
Most days. 033968 is the details of the next die set, and this one is your 5 petal flowers. I like the way that these little petals have kind of got a little nip in them.
They have, yeah, so a little bit like a heart. I don't know where I got that from, but I'm kind of...
It's true, actually, it does, yeah. Oh, there's the feature.
That's the one there. So when you just lifted that up...
You can see that little tiny V in the petal.
So again, it's just... And I've used those foam bits in the middle. Look at that, look.
Very useful, aren't they? I do hope we can get more of those back again.
I really, really do.
Very effective. Do like those. So yes, if you fancy getting hold of those, then the details there, 033968, just £10.99. Another one to share with you, which is this particular one here, and this is foliage number 2. Now with this one, you've kind of got a mix of your wispy leaves, but then your fuller leaves as well.
So if you're kind of liking that design, this is, I think actually, have I not used, I used this one on my card.
Oh, is this on the
demo, which I haven't finished yet, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to
we kind of got a little bit carried away, didn't we?
We got a bit distracted.
But yeah, so this is lovely. You've got the choice. Use it on top. What I like to do is put the fuller one behind and then put the one that's got that lacy effect just on top.
Nice idea, like that one. 262-216, £10.99 if you wanted that one. I told you we got some fabulous dies, didn't I? Now the next one is beautiful, your floral sentiments. Now I think when we see these ones you'll realise just how amazing these are, because you've got pairings. So the first ones that we're looking at here say dream and faith, and this is lovely. It's such a clever idea.
It's beautiful.
I'm
So
going
I
to show
was
you
just
this one, 'cause you
checking
can
to see
that.
which one you was going to lift up.
There you go. So you can see faith there.
So
Clever idea.
because they were in the packaging facing upwards, I've done and or. So when I've done my cards, so like this one, I've actually put a sentiment on, so they're going upwards. But the one that you've got in your hand, you can have it and
Yeah, you
or,
could have it
sort of
that way,
like
couldn't you, if you
and
wanted
or,
to?
sort of like
Yeah.
have it going that way, or you can pop it the other way,
Works both ways.
and it
doesn't
works both ways, doesn't it?
Like that, clever
And
idea.
that's the stencil off of the, and I
One day
like
special,
that.
yeah.
As I say, I haven't used stencils for some time, and in the last 2 weeks, I've been using nothing but stencils.
Now, if you fancy your faith and dream flowers, then the details are on your screen there. £16.99, 905 212. And as we mentioned, you have got another set, and this one is your Friends and Peace. And this is nice because the Friends has been taken just by itself, just snipped into
Yes, so I
on this
took
one.
the blossom or the flower off the end and just used that just as a sentiment on its own.
Pretty, like that one.
And the swirls, what we're seeing there, are from the one day special.
They are indeed. There you go. £16.99, 441 902. Again, brilliant value for money. So yeah, perhaps pop that one into your basket as well. And now we're looking at a large set here. As you can see, lots and lots of elements in this one, giving you lots of scope to create your fuller flowers. So you can see you've kind of got a gerber look with regards to some of these flowers, but that's if you make them up that way, I guess. You could be making daisies and sunflowers with these.
You can make gerberas, you can make chrysanthemums, you know, like the spider chrysanths.
Yes.
You can, which is the orange one down there. I kind of was thinking a little bit like a spider chrysanthemum.
Nice, yeah.
And you can create just a daisy if you want.
You could indeed. It has as many layers as you wanted to.
But I like it because you have got different, there you go, there's sort of like just your daisy. Well, I say just, but look how beautiful that is.
It kind of gives you crafter's license to create your flowers in whichever way you like. I mean, have a look here. This isn't actually from this particular set, but I think you've got larger petals from this one. Or is it, is it the half ones at the bottom? I don't know actually now that I look at this one.
That one's the next one.
Oh, okay.
But we've got the swirls on there that we've used. But you've got leaves in there, you've got the centre, so if you want to do the centres, or it's sort of like the triangle-y things. That's like, you can create your own stamens.
Oh, I see.
In the centre as well.
There you go. If you want in that set, £24.99, 731202. Lots of scope within there. But the next one is your creator flower, and that's where you saw a little kind of hint with that larger oversized tag that we just looked at.
Yeah, so this is a 5-petaled flower, and I can't say what this one's called. I kind of made it up.
But that's the beauty of it.
Because that's what I love about it as well. They haven't particularly named their flower dyes. Because say if that said rose dye, you get in your head, oh, it's a rose dye, it's to make roses.
Yeah.
But they've actually just called it creator flower, and all of them have just been called something rather than just the name of a flower. I like that.
And as you saw with that flower shaping paper a moment ago, whichever way you bend those those petals in or out, you'll get a different look. So I like these. Nice large areas as well, plenty of scope for you to add your ink. 881245 if you're wanting to take advantage of those. But very quickly, we've got a series of stencils to share with you. Now you've got 6 different options with regards to these. So there's lots of scope, £9.99 each, which is kind of the equivalent to the price that you're paying for those stencils within your one day special, or the saving, should I say. Got all sorts in here. So you've got fabulous scripts, as you can see here. You've got your vintage script with this particular one, which is nice because you've got lots of
that one.
Kind of your bubble wrap or your sequin waste, isn't it? Really,
it is, yes. So you've got the script in the middle, but you can just use parts of it.
Next one we've got, this one is your swirls, as you can see there.
Yeah, I've used that one on that black card. You can remember where I did this? Yes, the silver glitter paste.
Very effective. Abstract
this
Lady.
This has got to be my favourite.
That's a little bit different,
isn't it?
Do like that one, like that way you've got that kind of nesting and net in there as well. Now this one was splatter with lines, yeah. Like that idea. Next one. artist canvas, and again those
you know,
kind of splatter effects on there.
What I love about these is I watch some of these mixed media artists and they do their splattering and they use their stencils. But this has covered a bit of everything. So if you're new to mixed media or if you're new to stencils, like I've done, as I say, I did it many, many years ago and I haven't done it in such a long time. I kind of got stuck in my ways of different types of crafting. But just adding, like on this one here, where I've just put a little bit of stencil on top of some paper, so some patterned paper, really you get a completely different look and transform it, and it brings the colour in as well. Beautiful. On that tag, just using that blue.
Very effective, like that one. 442-730, all important item number, whichever of those stencils you choose to go for. I've got a feeling you'll be going for one and then popping back for at least another. Yeah, if you want those, just $9.99 each now. That flower paper, oh my goodness, rapidly approaching 70% of the stock has gone, and we had huge quantities of this. So that is phenomenal for that kind of quantity. Stonking great quantity, I nearly said there. $9.99, 240-515 if you're wanting those. Paper pads, they're proven to be popular as well. You've got your hydrangea lawns, as you can see, 12 by 12, 240 GSM, 24 sheets, 2 repeats of each of those 12 designs. And you've got a white back to this one, so there's no choosing which of those sides you want to work with. Don't forget the 6x6s as you check out your basket. They will be given to you as an option on the phone, and also you'll see them as you check out online. Another one where you can get 6x6s as you check out is this one, but we're looking at the 12x12s here, £18.99, 351-280, and of course the 12x12s and the 6x6s prints are exactly the same but on a smaller scale, if that makes sense.
So it's just been shrunken down.
Yeah.
I'm just making a bow here.
Lovely.
Because I thought, oh, I haven't got a bow to put on my card. There we go.
Lovely.
Right, I'm sorted. Right, so should we get back to the card now?
Yes, let's get back to that.
Right, so I've got my card together. Now I'm just going to layer this up. And I've got that there. So I'm going to pop that there. I don't want to hide. But then I want a leaf. So I've got a, you know what I'm like with my leaves.
Little swirl, there's from the one day special as well.
So now I'm wondering which colour. Next to the purple, I'm going to go with this one. I think, I've already shaped it, to be honest, so I've added a little bit of shape. I like the fact that once I started shaping it, actually broke that up slightly. So I'm going to pop that. This one on the back, there. I'm going to bring that over to the side slightly. In actual fact, I might chop that up. I'm going to chop that there. So I'm going to pop that there. It's only because it was hiding my sentiment.
Yes,
so
yeah, makes sense.
I thought if I just pull that down, so then I've got that swirl. This is, to be honest, the one day special is quite a nice starter kit for beginners in crafting, because you've got your stencils and you've got some flower dies. And you've got the swirls in there as well, haven't you?
You have indeed.
You've got leaves in there as well. We have.
Yeah.
Is that one a leaf?
That one is the swirl one, but the leafy ones, you've got your flowers.
Oh, the smaller flowers, yeah. So you've
kind of got some little leaf.
Oh, you've got some leaves on there.
Larger
so yeah,
leaves.
It's a great kind of starter kit there. So I'm just going to add that now behind there. Just layering that up. So that's quite full.
I like that though.
And normally I'd use my glue gun, but I've forgot it.
Oh,
do you know, I must have about 10 glue guns at home, because when I do the classes, and they're all in there, and I forgot my glue gun.
Easily done.
Remembered everything else. My friend said to me, have you remembered your nail glue? Because last week I had one pop off.
We did have a nail emergency mid-show, didn't we?
So I made sure I'd got my nail glue and forgot my nail glue gun. There we go. Just that one flower on there, and now
that looks beautiful.
Brought all that in, and then I'm just going to add.
You don't need any more than that one flower, though, do you?
Sometimes I think less is more, and I know that isn't going to stick because it's a wet glue. So I don't even know why I'm bothering.
Oh, but we get the idea.
There we go.
There we go. As long as you don't pick it up too high. Oh, there you go.
It's stuck.
It's stuck in.
There we go. So you're using your papers, you're using your leaves. They're like skeleton leaves. I don't know why I kind of got that name in my head, but you swirl and then that beautiful paper.
Beautiful. There you go. Yeah. So if you fancy getting hold of, well, any of those items, they're all available for you. Of course, a one-day special featuring those gorgeous little flourishes there of the foliage, or the swirly bit, should I say, underneath the foliage. But then, of course, you've got the petals, which are featuring within your one-day special. And, of course, that all-important paper. This is at the bottom of your screen. In fact, it's not at the bottom of the screen at the moment. We're bringing it round. The reason being is rapidly approaching 3/4 of the stock has gone. Nikki, I mean, this has been flying out. The way that you've spoken about it, I mean,
yes.
you
and we've only done one demo. I've only shown you one way of using it.
How long have we got left? About 7 minutes.
We could do something.
Should we have another go of those? Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. Now, if
Let's
you're wanting that, I will warn you, the phone lines on the website are going to light up when you see another way of actually working with these, because that's exactly what happened last time Nikki was working with it. You are going to get 20 sheets, and it's incredible feel to this paper. It's got a very kind of, well, it doesn't feel like paper. I don't know whether it tears or not. I haven't tried tearing it.
I haven't tried it, but I know it doesn't.
It feels like it wouldn't. Yeah, it feels like it wouldn't. It feels like a plasticky paper, but without it being plasticky. It's a really tricky one to describe. But as you saw, when Nikki put those petals into the water, and they started kind of drawing that water into the fibres, which meant that they, although they've got the fibres in there, and the water in the fibres, you could actually make those petals move. You could mould them, you could get them to whatever shape you liked, but without detrimentally affecting that flower. It made the flower even better as a result of it. That's why so many of you are taking advantage. Oh, when you're working with those larger flowers there.
So these are daisies. Okay. Sorry, no one said that I couldn't use the daisies, so...
Just go for it, Nikki. I'm just in awe of this paper and see all the different things you can do. I think it's brilliant.
So I'm, again, just colouring this in. And as I say, I'm using archivals, but you can use others. So I just hope, I hope we can get more. I really do, because I've got so many different techniques to share with you. Just bring that up. Do you know, I was actually going to do these orange, but I might just keep these.
I kind of like that green. It's a nice fresh green.
I'm liking these. In actual fact, it's one of my favourite spider chrysanths, which has got a slight green tinge to it. So that's what we're going for.
Lovely.
Spider chrysanth. So I'm going to put the orange away. Okay. Now, as I say, you can spritz them, you can pop them in water, but we'll just pop them in the water. And I haven't done the back of these because they are kind of green anyway.
Oh, that's fine.
Now, if I was to say to you, if you put a couple of drops of your re-inkers.
Oh, yes. It could change the colour of them, couldn't it? Yeah.
And we've actually got something, I'm not sure what it is, and we will share it in the next show, because we're not going to have time.
It might be some of the pearly wink stuff, because it got that kind of swirl when you swirled it round.
I actually did some with, you know, the, what's it called? Mica little...
Oh, yes, yeah.
I can't think what it's called now. Mica something.
I don't know.
I don't know what I call it now.
Was it a liquid or a powder?
No, it's just a powder.
Well, sometimes you can just get your mica powder.
It is like a mica powder, but the pigment in it is a lot deeper.
You don't mean something like the brush shows?
Yeah, is that powder? I don't know. This is something that...
Oh, I don't know.
I can't think what it's called.
I'm trying to think what it might be. Well, there's lots of things out there that would react with the water.
It's completely gone out of my head.
That's okay, don't worry. You'll suddenly shout it out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And I know there's lots of people out there. It's brought to us by Creative Expressions.
Oh, the pixie powders.
That's it, the pixie powders.
I'm with you now.
That's the one. So I used pixie powders last night, and that worked.
It's a good idea. Actually, that is similar to the brush shows, but they have got that shimmer, like you said, the shimmer in there because of the mica.
Right. I'm quite happy with that. And then
busy on those phone lines, guys.
4 minutes, right. Right, what am I going to do? I'm just trying to think which way. I want it up this way. That's it. So I'm facing down.
Okay.
And right, I need a smaller tip. Okay. The thing is, what I found is the slower you go, the better.
Okay.
Did you see how I quickly did that first one and it didn't really shape?
Yeah.
Whereas now,
it's almost like you've got a magnet in the end of each of those petals, and as you're stroking the ball tool down, it's pulling them in.
Now you might also be thinking, it's going to be so delicate though. It's going to squash on my card. Okay. If we might not, I'm going to say just watch the 8 o'clock show.
No, that's fine. I'm just mesmerised by this paper.
8 o'clock show, because I'm going to show you something that is going to completely change your mind on the fact that this flower is going to squash.
Now the key thing is, if you're wanting the paper, get this paper now. Don't leave it till 8 o'clock, because of course we've got Good Evening Hochanda. We'll be chatting to Nikki midway through that show. The quantity that we've got left of these quite easily could sell out between now and 8 o'clock. So what I would suggest you do is get hold of yours to ensure that you have got it. We'll still be seeing it working within the 8 o'clock show, because, well, frankly, Nikki's got nothing else to cut her flowers out of. So that's why we will see it in action. So yeah, if you're wanting yours, details on your screen there, 240515. Bit like those styrofoam buds, we can't guarantee we will get more stock of those. So that's why we're suggesting that if you're wanting the paper, to get hold of it now, basically. Don't hang about.
Do not hang about. You are going to love this. Right. I'm only going to, how long have we got?
About 2 minutes.
Right. Okay, let's stick this together. I would actually have made a bigger one, but this is a bud.
Well, the thing is, you can go as many layers with the chrysanthemum,
yes,
really, can't you? Because you get them from the buds going right the way through to the full blooms.
But look at that, look.
Very effective.
So this is like a spider chrysanthemum. So there's no kind of formation with it. It's quite a very...
They're almost like a pom-pom, aren't they?
Take the smaller one. Now, look at that, look.
That is lovely.
Now, if I was to say to you, if you take your heat gun, now watch.
Oh, okay, I'm watching. I'm watching.
You will see it shrink slightly, and it's going to move. Can you see? It's a bit like shrink plastic.
It's pulling the petals
in. And then when it
in.
kind of stops, you know you're done. That's just going to dry it. Okay, so that's dried that slightly. Now feel that.
Oh. Oh, that's kind of like got a crispy.
It's kind of gone crispy. And
it has. It reminds me of, is it Everlasting, the dried flowers? Yeah. It's just like that.
It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely
that's
amazing.
Really totally different feel to the one that you made there.
Yeah.
Because that feels
there's
like
so many
fabric.
different ways you can use it.
80% of that paper has gone out. That is phenomenal. I think that little bit of heat would make the difference.
But it does.
Oh, can't wait to learn more about that. The paper. You need to get hold of it.
I really hope we can get more.
Well, we're down to the last few seconds of the ad. The details on your screen, of course, are for your one, not for your one day special, this paper, because it's just gone crazy for this. $9.99, 80% of the stock has gone, 240515. I hope that we've got enough to last us right the way through until 8 o'clock tonight. Get yours while you've got the chance. Also, do get your one day special. You can see here you've got your 2 stencils, you've got your 3 sets of dies there, and of course we've just seen the rose created with the dies from the one day special, but the swirls featured in the card, and those little flowers, I think we'll see those featured at 8 o'clock as well. Really is a fabulous deal.
It is
Nikki,
brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for showing those flowers.
We'll
Alex,
back with
Nikki
Alex,
and Alex at 8